Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for that time of the week, month. It's been a while since I've been able to do some news, but we've got news. Demeter unlocks with the expansion pass on February 10th. Yay. Well, let's go into it. They've got a whole bunch of information here. This is the new Greek goddess, major goddess, coming February 10th. Let's see what this release has in store for us. The goddess of growth has awakened, bringing new life and new danger to the battlefield. The Demeter God Pack will be the first release from the Age Mythology Retold expansion pass coming February 10th, including a new major Greek goddess, 3 distinct minor gods, powerful myth units, and a fully voiced mythical battle that expands the world of Age Mythology Retold. I believe this is the extra campaign mission or whatever it is. Command nature, shape the world, and lead your pantheon to victory. That's the last chance to pre-order the Age Mythology Retold expansion pass for the 15% discount. I'm pretty sure you can grab it afterwards. You're just going to miss out on the discount. Alrighty. Included in the Demeter God Pack. Demeter, the goddess of harvest and terrain mastery, as a major goddess, 3 new minor gods, Pan, Hestia, and Persephone. New fully voiced mythical battle titled Silent Sanctuary, starring Chiron and Orpheus. Chiron's back! New ways to disrupt economies, convert enemies, revive armies, and halt attacks. New myth units, harpies, how would I say that? Lycaons, hamadryads, and sirens. So here is our beautiful lady, Demeter, the revered goddess of harvest and renewal, brings a playstyle centered on terrain control and the rise and fall of resources. So a myth unit, the Harpy, dominates the skies by lifting enemy units into the air and sending them crashing to the ground. Her devastating god power Wither sweeps across the map and destroys farms, trees, and bushes in a single wave. This power can halt enemy food production, cut off supplies, and force new strategies. So here we go. We've got the Demeter's God power, unleashing a devastating wither upon targeted area, drying out berries, plants, and trees, and transforming the terrain into a barren wasteland where nothing can grow for a short period of time. I'm really not sure how this is going to go. Like, you've already got forest fire, and people use forest fire on the starting tree just to get like an immediate 50 wood damage plus walking time on the villagers, and it can be enough tempo to make something happen, right? Obviously, that's a bad usage of forest fire, in my opinion. You're better to try and at least get some value out of on an entire army. But this one here, you can't do at all like that. And it's in the first age. So we might even see something as silly as dropping this literally as soon as someone puts their storehouse down on the on their wood line, so that you can absolutely screw with them. But we'll see. We'll see how it's going to go. Obviously, berries and plants. I'm not exactly sure what the plants means, but killing off berries only really hurts Ra. I'm not sure where that's going to have, how much impact that's really going to have, but we'll see. The Harpy flies through the air and abducts enemy units, pulling them out of position and organizing enemy formations. Not exactly sure if this thing does damage or not with that. Like, it could just pick the unit up and then drop it off somewhere else. Could be kind of cool to just fly in, pick the unit up, pull it back into your army, drop it into your army kills it type idea. But flying myth unit looks like it's going to be a bit of a shenanigans there. We've got the 3 new minor gods. Beyond Demeter, 3 new minor gods reshape your strategy in bold ways. Pan, guardian of the wild, who specializes in battlefield control. Hestia, goddess of hospitality and supporting growth and stability. And Persephone, queen of the underworld, commanding power over life and death. So Pan, we have a, what's it called from that thing? I can't remember what it's called. No, it's not going to come to me. Pan, the god of the wild, lived on the edge between civilization and the wilderness and ancient nature spirit. He reveled in a carefree life associated with groves, woodlands, fertility, and spring. As the firstborn to Kronos and Rhea, Hestia was the first to be consumed by the Titan and the last to be purged from him by Zeus, earning her the title of both the eldest and youngest Olympian. There you go. And finally, Persephone, the dreaded, revered queen of the underworld, didn't always hold that title. As the daughter of Demeter, she was gathering flowers one day when Hades burst through the ground to abduct her. Classic Hades. Okay, so we've got the Arcadian Meadow. Creates a peaceful field that stops all attacks from units and buildings caught inside its glow. So I'm going to try and unpack these things and explain what I think is going on. This is basically a focused ceasefire. So maybe similar to, basically ceasefire, but focused on one area. And I guess the way around that, my guess is there's no cooldown on it then. So just that one area is not going to be able to take any damage. So that's actually... And maybe there's like a 2-minute cooldown or a 3-minute thing or something like that. It sounds like a very, very strong god power on the defense, or at least to protect your army from getting absolutely brutalized. It'd be interesting to see how this interacts with other god powers. Like if there's a damage dealing god power like Fey Beasts, and I drop this down on my army and it completely nullifies the Fey Beasts or something like that. Could be kind of cool. We've got the communal hearth. Offers defensive strength and resource bonuses, and it can convert enemy units to your side. So I guess it's some sort of traitor-esque thing. Boosts defensive strength and resource bonus. Is it like a plenty vault? It could be a plenty vault. These are the things I'm thinking. It could be a plenty vault, which gives you some extra resources. It could be kind of like the Pharaoh, where it's going to be empowering. Maybe it's a drop site, and then you get extra resources for dropping into it. What else could it be? It could just be... No, I think that's kind of it, right? What else could you have? Defensive strength. It could shoot. It could do both. It could be a storehouse that shoots, like a town center type vibe. Obviously not building villages. It might build villages, who knows. But the conversion of enemy units is going to be really interesting, because you're going to have to be super careful to go into that area, and how long it lasts as well. I mean, maybe it's only a minute or something, and you just gather the resources and you get a big boost, kind of like a prosperity type thing. Could last forever and be like the Asgardian hill fort, and you have to kill it off with some siege or something. Some interesting ideas there. We'll see. Underworld Invasion revives the last 100 fallen units as spectral eidolons under your control at the cost of every town center you own. Is this like a weird Ragnarok or something? The last 100 fallen units as spectral... Okay, so I don't know what a spectral eidolon is. Is it a myth unit? Is it a hero? Is it just a regular human unit? How much stats does it have? 100. That's a ton. That being said, if it's got like 100 HP, I can basically just drop like an implode and kill it off. So you could get a bit of a trade with that. But you do lose all of your town centers, which if you have 3 of them, you're looking at 2,100 resources lost to get 100 fallen units. That's, well, if an average unit cost is 90, like a hoplite, you're going to be seeing a profit of 7,000 resources, roughly. Of course, you have to rebuild it. Maybe the town centers are close to 1,000 resources, so we'll give it the 6,000 extra resources with this Underworld Invasion, depending on how strong those spectral eidolons are. Anyways, let's keep going. Over here we got the Lycon. Moves through the world disguised as a villager until the moment it strikes with its true strength. This is a myth unit, right? It's a villager, but it's a myth unit. Does it gather? Or is it just kind of fake? Okay, let's think about the ways that this could work. So it could just be that you're going to have this specific unit sitting in your wood line, and it doesn't actually get you any extra resources, but Your opponent comes in to raid you, it turns into a wolf, and the wolf is going to be really strong and fights back or something. It could literally just be a villager that's gathering resources as well. So you're going to have yourself a bit of a myth unit that can also get you economy, which sounds ridiculously strong in terms of just pure straight resources. If I don't have to build a talent center to get extra villagers in, I'll just be making these bad boys and getting super far in front. Is there any other way that it could work apart from that? I feel like it's either just going to be a fake villager that sits in your forest, or it's going to be a villager. Or like, you know what I mean? You sit it in your things and it plays a defensive role, or you run them forward in your army and your opponent sees villagers in your army and they immediately know they're wolves. I don't know. We got the Hamadryad hides as a tree when idle, allowing for infiltration, scouting, and resource theft. Okay, so when it's idle, it hides as a tree. Okay, so I'm seeing a theme here. You got the Lycon, which is a villager, but it's a wolf. And now we've got ourselves a Hamadryad, which is a Hamadryad, but it's actually a tree. Or a tree, but it's actually a Hamadryad. That's super strange. That's so wild. We have nothing like that. I mean, the Lycon is obviously nothing like that either. That's really wild. Stealing resources? Resource theft? I don't know what that means. Are we just sitting there sapping like a gold mine or something? Like, what's that mean? I don't even know. I can't explain that. It'll be interesting to see what it does when it's not hiding as a tree as well. Okay, the siren lure enemy troops with their haunting song, pulling them away from safety. Okay, so I can... This kind of sounds like the harpy, right? The harpy, you can pick up a unit and drag it elsewhere. This kind of sounds like that. I'm going to be able to take units out of my enemy army, or like maybe some sort of like Lampede effect. You know how the Lampede goes for the chaos and it you can't be controlled, but you just kind of pull the unit in and for a while and something like that. Super interesting. I'm interested in what this is actually going to be. This is super strange too. These are some really, really weird myth units. This is not something that I think we've seen before. So it's going to be very, very new. Okay, we've got the Silent Sanctuary Mythic Battle. A new fully voiced mythical battle titled Silent Sanctuary follows Chiron and Orpheus on a dangerous descent into Hades. Their goal is to recover Demeter's sacred relics and restore balance to the suffering lands that worship her. The journey takes them through shifting terrain, ancient threats, and the heart of the underworld. With fresh god powers, unconventional myth units, and a story rooted in renewal, the cycle of life, Demeter God Pack offers fertile grounds for new strategies and new legends. I can definitely see the unconventional myth units. Now, do we see anything in this thing? All these trees could be the Hamadryads, as far as I know. Maybe over here? Maybe those ones? Everything kind of just looks like a normal tree. I can't tell. That looks cool though, the Demeter statue. These villagers spraying very far away from that temple is wild as well. Okay, last chance to pre-order the Age of Mythology Retold expansion pass, yada, yada, yada. So it's coming. They did not reveal the heroes yet. We've still got this hero here. Oh, that's the wolves. Those are the wolves over here. The Lycon, or whatever they're called. The wolves? The werewolves? These guys. So we got them actually gathering on a farm. So I think my idea of them... Well, those could be heroes. Wait, what? They've all got a gold glow. Someone explain. Wait, is that a hero there? Because that's Toxote, that's Hoplite. That's I don't know. This is obviously the I can't remember his name. I think they said it in one of the other things. I think that's a hero. But it says Chiron. Oh. This is Orpheus. Okay. I don't know who Orpheus actually is. I don't know my Greek mythology that well, outside of what Age Mythology has taught me. But I feel like this is Orpheus. That's Chiron. And the fact that all these units have got a golden glow is wild to me. Because that means they're all heroes. Which means you can convert units into heroes. Because these units aren't heroes here. That's wild. Okay. I think that's it for me here on the old Age of Mythology Retold New Gods Pack Demeter information. Let me know what you guys think these things mean. What your plans for strategies are with this stuff and all the other good stuff. I'm pretty excited to give it a try. Obviously, it's going to be out on February 10th. So make sure you get your pre-order in if you want. If you don't want to pre-order, wait, have a look and grab it a little bit later if you like it. Of course, if you do grab this, you also get access to Aztecs and the other things that are coming too. Anyways, my name's Boit. Hope you guys are excited, and I'll see you guys in the next one.